Hey, you guys. Sorry, I was running just a little late. But hey, you guys. Hey, Miss Love. What's going on, Diva? And my pop, I miss you so much. I promise I do. You went away for a little bit, so I was so glad to see you here. We had to come back in return for this conversation, y'all. We really did, because it's only right. It's only right. It's only right. Gonna give it a few more minutes. Hope y'all doing okay on this Saturday, y'all. And got some plans to go out and do something amazing. Let me go ahead and share the live. My blue, my blue, my blue, my blue. Go ahead and share. Hey, Miss Edmonds, how are you? I hope you're doing well on this lovely Saturday. Hey, April, how are you? I hope you're doing amazing on this lovely Saturday. I do, I do. Miss Lot, want to make sure I greet a few people. Miss Luscious Lips, give me the luscious, give me the luscious. Miss Craig, Miss Morgan. It's raining so many different places, y'all. And the weather is horrible. It's cold here. I'm about 29 degrees right now. Hey, Retta. Hey, Jazzy. Hey, y'all. Wanted to give it a few more minutes. Good morning, my Raw. Raw, I had to ask you if you had the link for this stank bodysuit. I like my stank wear in the summer, but it was from Sheen or something. I'll have to go back. I'll comment on your post because I need the link to that bodysuit. It was like backless, a one piece. I need that outfit, child. I do, I do. It was black. Hey, hey, dark and lovely. How you doing, love? Make sure everybody get their greetings out. Oh, Luscious, I'm right up the street from you. Hey, Miss Crawford, right up the street, baby. I am. Sorry, y'all, just doing a few things. Sorry. Good morning, Mr. Terry. I hope you're doing well. I do. Hey, Toya. Let me wash my hands, y'all. Dry 'em off. Dry 'em off. Toya on the remix. Grand Rise and Tiffany. Chatty, I need you, sister, brother, whatever it is, I got you. Just hit me, all right? All right, thanks, Toya. Just doing a few things. Right. I said, not the remix. I'm here for it. Sorry, y'all. I'm working. I'm coming, I promise. Hey, Miss White. I love you more, brother. Pammy Pooh. I love you more. I love you. It's the love for me. All right. All right, babies. So, for those of you who know, Ashley and I did our interview about three months ago. And to be transparent with you, after that interview conversation, that's kind of when I started backing away from the saga, so to say. And I'm going to explain why. Afterwards, I was left with mixed emotions and didn't know if we did more good, if we did good, if we did harm. And I was receiving a lot of messages, a lot of which some were wishing for me to perish. I'm going to get you. And they were overwhelming. I have my email and my bio on YouTube, and then my Facebook messages, and it was really tough for me. And I have to thank the content creators, the only ones that actually reached out to me. Rich Talks um, Retta and Lupac because I ended it, the next day, like basically almost hyperventilating, and I kind of started backing away after that moment. And to clarify a few things, Ashley reached out to me maybe late August, September, and I thought, I'm not talking to this crazy girl. This the girl that everybody be talking about, that crazy little bee, and I don't trust her. And the more I started talking to her and she would contact me, she always wanted the moment that we saw yesterday because that was her stance. She always talked about her friend and how she wanted better and how this needs to end and this has to stop. And this was legitimately her fight. And there were so many misconceptions, about her, and there were rumors. She's talking to this creator. People are saying her and this creator are going to expose the friend. And I have to be transparent. One, that was very disappointing to hear. And two, her stance was always that whoever sent me that cash app, I can't see, but thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate it. Her stance actually was quite the opposite. There were things that concerned her, and sorry to tell your business, Ashley, but she caught me crying a few times and even had me crying, child, saying, "Oh Lord, what's going on? This has to stop. This girl crying, and I feel bad." So over time, I got to see her heart and her intent was genuinely for the moment that we seen, but that was misconstrued along the way in the saga. And there were a lot of things that were left unanswered. There were a lot of things, oh, they plan this, they want to hurt this girl, and it was never really clear. It was never really clarified, and it just left a lot of things open. So I felt like in the wake of things, it's only right that since we started it here with that epic interview conversation that some people received it well, some people didn't, that we had to thank you so much, Luscious. I appreciate you. It's only so right that we have to not but we have to, can you guys still hear me? I hope so because my phone rang. We have to clarify a few things and have this conversation to finally walk away and say, you know what, this is where our and so to that, Ashley, in the grand scheme of things, looking back, are there any regrets of how this was handled and how our conversation was handled or received? Ashley, can y'all hear me? Ashley, are you there?
I'm sorry, I had my mic muted. Um,
Okay.
I would never ever regret reaching out to you because I know that I was reaching out to you for a good cause. However, my malicious intent that I had as far as wanting to stop the person that I felt was carrying things on, I think that I had let that got the best of me. And for that, I regret I should have just sat back and just left that part alone as far as trying to expose the person that I felt was keeping the drama going. Another thing that I regret is they used to always tell me about that. I get emotional and I run off at the mouth, right? Um, I didn't know when I had that conversation, and I'm not going to be dropping names because that's just not what this is about. But my back was against a wall at one point, and I just want her supporters to know. So that's why I'm here. My back was against a wall one day, and because I know things had been said, just talking to friends, I didn't know what had been told. So, in the wake of that, I said, well, I remember saying this, and that as it relates to children. And that wasn't even a part of the conversation, but by me running off at the mouth, um, I ended up exposing that. I never, ever, ever was going to come publicly or get with other content creators and expose someone that I felt like was my friend. Um, I should have never even opened my mouth to say that was someone that I considered a friend. And regardless to what things are now and how everybody have their views on everybody, I'm only speaking to you guys from a friend standpoint, right? And what I can say is we all had our differences. We all may have not trusted each other. We all talk junk about each other. But what I can say is she did treat me like somebody, and she did treat me like I was a friend, and she did disclose things to me that I should have never ever. I don't care how mad I was. I don't care if my back was against the wall or what I thought. I should have never ever ever came, and I don't care if it was on the back end. I should have never um, disclosed things. When you're friends with someone, you're not supposed to do that. And we all are we're learning things in this saga. We are. And today this is about me openly. I did reach out to Brianna on Instagram, but I don't think that I was in depth. I still was trying to, in a sense, play victim a little bit, like, we all did this. But no, today I just want to flat out say I was dead wrong for what I did to Brianna. I should have never. Now, that was a rumor. That was a lie. I never linked up with no content creators. I am not running the Allie Wilson page. I wish whoever running that page would step forward. I would never, ever in a million years create any page to bash her, because even though that friendship was over and ended, I still found myself still wanting better for her. But I have to take accountability because I did speak on her business. And in the midst of me getting bashed and getting hurt, I didn't know how to just openly come out and express it. I was still, people was coming at me. People wanted to ask questions about the abuse. People wanted to know what we was doing on the back end. And it was just a whole bunch of smoke. And I never got a chance to say, hey, you guys, let me just say what I was wrong at. Now, the bone carriers and the people who wanted to actually see it go down like that, they played a major part in it, but she did not deserve that. And so I know right now with everything going on, even though people coming together with peace, she too deserve an apology from me, because imagine y'all friend, right? Someone that the world may have not seen what we consider the friendship on the back end. But imagine someone, you're opening up and you're telling someone these things, and these conversations where you're letting your guards down, and someone mention it, even if it was just one person, even if it was to the next friend that she didn't disclose that to. I was wrong for that. I was dead wrong for that. And it created a whole bunch of drama. It created a whole bunch of hurt. And, I really, truly want her to know, and I want her supporters to know. Um, I am taking accountability for that. And I am truly sorry for speaking on that and it getting out. But I think that if it would have been a conversation on the back end, and, it would have never got to the internet, because I would have explained it. I would have said, girl, look, I mentioned this to one person, because there are a lot of stuff that person may have thought that the other person put that out there, and we could have nipped it in the bud. But it was so many people, so many women, people, friends, people we think we're friends, and backstab. You want to see that happen. Hey, go, let's get her. And I get it. People wanted to protect her, and that's why I forgave, Amora. Also, I was friends with Denise. I feel like there was a lot of messiness, and right now, I don't think nobody can stand in her face and be a woman and say, hey, Ashley dogged you, talked and was doing all this when y'all was friends. That was a complete lie. Because people want to join and join the bandwagon, and it was just snowballed into a lot of drama. But Brianna does deserve an apology from the person that she considered maybe not a best friend, but a friend, or either just a listening ear, someone that she trusts, that did, in a sense, that was of what you would call betrayal. So how can I say, oh yeah, well, I'm kumbayaing with everybody and everybody apologizing to each other, but then I just push under the rug what I done wrong? And I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna speak up, and I'm gonna say, yes, had I shut my mouth, dealt with things, if a friendship was gonna end, let it end, and not, stand up for something. If you're friends with someone and it's a group of people, just learn loyalty. And loyalty doesn't mean, you know, being able to support someone in a negative way. You can be a listening. It doesn't mean holding the closest spot. It just means just being there for that person and just being trustworthy. And I think I failed Brianna in that sense. And for that, I am truly sorry.
Look at that. So, looking back, do you even remember what was the turning point or how it got to the point with your anger? Or was it necessarily the text that you were receiving that got it to that point?
What got it to the point of everything, I would disclose some of these things with you. It was just that, um, me and Miss Denise came up with this thing called me riding my bike. That was something we actually came up with on the back end because I always would go and lurk, and I would be in people YouTube comments and stuff, and it became a question as when you have these pages, right? Because I did like to troll, it would be pages, and at some point the page would troll me, they would troll Brianna, it would just be trolling people, and they would say, "Hey, yo, this page is Ashley," and I would be so mad because I know it wasn't me, and so I know that the person that did run these pages, and like I said, I don't want to make this conversation about the person that I definitely um it's not going to apologize to or have any connect. I don't want to make this about her, but it's clear to everyone, they know who I felt like was running these pages and doing things because I did, like a couple days before, I was on a panel with Brianna, and I'm openly going to bat with, I think I was into it with Upper. I was going to bat, so I couldn't be in connection with these people when I'm going to bat for her 2 days prior, and I'm showing my face. I'm not really just hiding behind a page after real tea. So it's like, why am I being accused of wanting to attack her pride? Like, that's my friend. Why do I want to create a page to cause drama? I don't have a dog in this fight as far as being monetized or having a page to run. So it would be not beneficial for me to keep the drama going in the saga, because if it ends today or tomorrow, if it ends peacefully, that's a win for me too. Because if Brianna is peaceful, then you know what, that's a win for me too. Because if I'm her friend, I'm at peace too. So it wouldn't be me keeping up the fake pages. So I had only one other person to blame, and Brianna would ask me a lot of times, "Hey, if that's you running the page, well, if it's not you, then just kind of stay off your bicycle, such and such, so forth and so on." But I got frustrated because at some point, I think it was rubbing off on her to the fact that she would believe that it was me running those pages, and I react different. But I've never trolled you on a page. Even after the friendship ended, God is my witness on my children's soul, I've never trolled Brianna on no fake page ever. I couldn't bring myself to do that. That's just not me. Um, I felt like the friendship, or when the connection we had was real, and I can't do that to her. So for anybody that is continuing to put that narrative out, we are at peace. I am at peace with myself, especially after admitting my wrongdoing. So for the pages that y'all may think is me, it's not me. I don't care about no fake pages or trolling pages. It's not me. It is definitely not me, and that's hurtful. And people say, "Why are you so worried about a fake page?" Because shit, do y'all see the stuff that the fake pages say? Who wants to be connected to that? I mean, the pages say hurtful stuff. So that's why I'm always stressing that, hey, it's not me. But yeah, that's exactly where my frustration came at. And having people, it will always be like a gang up. And I will be the one on the my back against the wall, and you're innocent, and not innocent in the sense to where I'm perfect. Now she knows, and anybody connected with me knows I will be on my shit. But when I'm saying I'm not a part of something, and I'm crying, and I'm angry, I meant that. I'm not a part of it. But that majority rule shit got to stop, and we got to stop that whole mentality, that whole crab in a bucket, or someone want to outbeat. We just have to learn to just have peace and love each other, and accept it for what it is, and just be a good person, be a good friend. And that's something that you know we all have to learn to do, because nobody's perfect. We
I
all was
agree.
talking smack about each other.
I agree. And I went silent, like I said, after that interview. That's when I started backing away because of the messages was receiving. And again, a major shout out to Rich Talks, Retta and Lupac that, kind of just reached out to check on me and my mental well being because it was really dark. And that's just how dark this saga became, once it started taking over, our mental well-being and psyche and the messages. I never received messages so dark, speaking of my character, wishing ill on me, wishing ill on my child, how could you do this to a woman? And I felt horrible, but I felt like the intent wasn't explained correctly. And there were things that I could have clarified as well. So, at the time when, you were communicating with me, that's when Dawn and the family were not in communication. And even despite that, to speak to your character, you always spoke highly of the family and really wanted this to be mended. And it affected you to the point where it affected me, even talking to you and hearing someone's pain, being empath. When you hear someone's hurt, you feel for them and your heart goes out and you couldn't fix it. Thank you, Lux. That's yeah, that one took me out. That one took me out. For those who don't know, you started seeing me kind of less and less, child. And that was my saga exit because I couldn't take it. But um we I didn't clarify or speak to that in the wake of things when things were going out. So to that, Ashley, even though I had that understanding, I'll give you my apology because there was times where I could have spoken up to speak to your character. So I want to do that now so there's no confusion. Also to the Miss Denise lady, I don't know much about her, didn't engage with her or know much of her story and her role, but I do know that when you were communicating with me, you spoke very highly of this woman. I don't know where it is now with her, and I'll leave well enough alone. But there was so much going on about your character, and she's horrible, and she did this, and in all honesty, I can't sit here and say that you were just bashing these people, but like you said, when you did receive certain posts and when you were looking at things, you are one to pop off now. I always say short people are feisty as all outdoors. And that's when I started seeing, you responding more because those things were kind of hurtful to you. So speaking up, thank you, Open Book. Um, I just wanted to, put some clarity in and straighten up a little bit confusion there. So I'm glad that it happened the way that it did because I feel like everything happens in time and things are supposed to, happen the way that they're supposed to, and the way that they're intended to happen. So how do you feel? How do you feel with this moment and where it was and where it's come? Are you happy with the outcome, or do you
I
still think some things need to be resolved?
No, I feel like me publicly acknowledging where I went wrong at is enough. Um, People, you can't, that's the one thing you can't, even when you do someone wrong, you can't expect someone to automatically say, okay, I forgive you, because people grieve and they, go through things, they handle things how they want. So this is no way, people, I didn't want to, a lot of times I didn't want to acknowledge where I was wrong at, because I had so many people telling me, you just want to be a B, you just want to be Brianna Finnegan, you're just acting like Yolanda from Selena. So it was like, dang, I can't even come and at least, speak up as a woman and take accountability, because people was just, you're just obsessed, and she knows that that's not the truth. Like, I always wanted her to be vindicated. I wanted her to be at peace with her ex-husband. And I've told people numerous of times, yes, everybody got eyes to see. Yes, Brianna, she pop off, she go on her story, she do stuff. But at the back end conversations that we had, she will always say, I wanted peace. I want peace. And at the end of this, I just want peace. You know, but things happen, people go off, they say one thing, do another, because emotions, you see something. It's looking at the negativity on the saga. You can wholeheartedly want peace, but then let the comments and let the negative things and stuff you see really just, you know, blacken your soul and your whole mood, and you'll be ready to pop off again. But what I can say, and like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight no more. I've not spoken to Brianna. I don't, what I'm saying right now, I'm not deceiving anyone. I'm telling y'all the truth. She actually did, when I know I'm speaking for myself. She did want peace. Um, she told me like a lot of times that in the end of this I want peace. So um to the people who probably have thought, and let's take away how the friendships ended and the things that she said that maybe would have been hurtful to the people that was connected to her. Let's put that off the table and let's speak on, well, why we're here in the first place, this whole saga, right? We got in people's marriage, whether whatever you've been through DV or not, whatever, whatever reason we got into this story, right? But whenever someone says, even if it's 18 months, 18 days, when someone says, I want peace, just listen to them. Just respect it. If they want peace, give it to them and it shouldn't be no problem. I know Brianna wanted peace. I'm pretty sure Robert wants peace. Like, let's just let them have peace and move on. I feel like this day going forward, anybody that's continuing to instigate or stir this story up, then that's just no, that's uncalled for, because just let them have their peace. I know that's what she wanted, and I'm pretty sure that's what Robert wanted. So we should mind our business. A lot of people got hurt in this, and just move on.
There was a lot of scuttlebutt with you, and you got hit a little bit hard from, I hate saying this side or that side, but a lot of people are saying, it still seems like she wants to be friends with her. She's not spilling it. Or when you would go live, there would be so much questions, she's holding back, you know, to speak to that. And I'm not going to speak
Mm-hmm.
for you, but my perception of that is you did not want to necessarily disclose certain things because you felt in your heart that it was wrong and that was never your intent. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I do want you to speak to that because a lot of people were thinking like, oh no, she's just, one of those. She wants to be our friend. What do you have
Yeah.
to say to that?
And I'm gonna try my best to be as transparent, but not also dig up things that I'm healing from. But the last time I heard Brianna's voice, she was hurt. She was sad. And she asked me a question that I could have cleared up at that moment, but I knew I was wrong. And I just said, no, I only spoke of that. She asked me a question, about the incident with her child, and I said, well, I only spoke that with two people and left it as that. So I knew I was wrong. I knew that she was hurt. That was the last time I spoke with her. But also with social media and how I was drugged, you have to understand, with people lying, and everybody gets sick of me saying this, I've never told Brianna of nobody else I eat my hair. So when I saw her in the comments saying, yeah, this girl, she eat her hair, I got frustrated. And then, the things that was said about me, people were saying that, I was on the back end trying to hit her man up and get with him. And I was trying to get with Robert, and I was a lesbian. People, I mean, it was some hurtful stuff said about me on that snake video, and I was hurt. So every time I would see a new detail, I would hop on somebody's panel, whoever was live, trying to defend myself. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it just came from a place of hurt.
Hmm.
I was
So
definitely hurt because it could have been handled in a different way, but trying to I think what happened was trying to get ahead of the game. Let's I was trying, like, let's discredit her in case she's gonna come out and try to expose Brianna. And that was never a plan. That was never a thought. I think people just got ahead of themselves, and it just got really ugly.
it did. It got really, really, really ugly. And is it not? No, not even going to speak of him. I'll say this. No, I'll say this. Is there, outside of what felt ill for speaking on when it comes to children, and we don't discuss them, and we shouldn't, and that's the part of the saga that where it just went left once, children were involved.
Hmm.
Was there anything else that you spoke of that you feel bad of when it comes to, her ex-mate or current mate or whatever? Is there anything else that you said,
I
no, this was being angry?
When people will ask me why I'm not going in on Brianna, why I'm not exposing, other than Brianna putting in the comments.
Hold up, hold up. Girl, get out them bushes. Y'all get out them bushes. We don't got to hide no more, child.
Who?
You like me, I like you too. All right? No more
Oh.
bushes to us.
So I never heard Brianna bash me, so it was hard for me to just get on a platform and bash her. And when I got on D Ham's live that first time, I said, "These people aren't speaking of my boyfriend, so why I want to speak on her boyfriend?" And then you know what? The next day, my boyfriend got spoke on. So it was like buttons were being pushed, and then but I should have, that man never did any. The person that she's with never did anything to me. I should have never spoke of him, but you mad, and I was doing a tit for tat. So once my boyfriend got spoke on and people were speaking ill on him, and they reached out to his mother, supporters reached out to his mother and his brother and stuff like that. Within that time frame, it just, like I said, then it became a tit for tat. But what people have to understand is Brianna never got on a public platform and dragged me. I mean, she acknowledged me maybe a month ago or something on her platform for what I heard, but that too was a misunderstanding because I didn't speak on her. But a lot of just bone carriers, and yeah, this girl never was your friend, this girl wants you to go to jail, this and that. You're hearing this, and you react just the same way as Brianna do when people bring her stuff back and they say, look at what your ex-husband doing, look at what your Toya is doing, look at what people doing. You're gonna react because you in your feelings, and you like, why won't I just be left alone, let bygones be bygones, let it go. So she react. We're human. We women. Of course, I'm gonna react, and I'm gonna say things. And yes, I'm gonna regret it later. But also remember, I got drugged through the mud before I ever made a public attempt or thought to ever come out and speak on Brianna. And like I said, I forgive. I forgive Amora. I forgive Denise. I forgive Brianna. And if Denise felt like if she wholeheartedly believed the people or the person, or if that was brought to her that at that time, I spoke on her, um, I'm sorry, but I did not speak on her. It was a lot of bone carriers, a lot of messiness. This saga was demonic to begin with, so I sat back and I took the hit for a lot of things, and still to this day was taking hits because now this picture is painted of me. So anytime a fake page or a hurtful page come out, yeah, there ain't nobody but Ashley G on her tricycle eating her hair and all that. That's hurtful. When I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to do more positive things for myself. You know,
I
it's
do.
been 3 months of hurt. Like, you cannot. And one thing I say, I used to think before, like at some point in a friendship, I used to think, you know, well, is Brianna really hurt by some of this stuff? Because you see people laughing one day and popping off one day. So I used to question, like, is she really hurt? Because it seemed like we more hurt than her some days. But I really see sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying because this social media bullying shit. And I know I was a good old bully over there on those pages. And some may say I got what I deserve, but hey, that's the universe or whatever. But trust me, 3 months, y'all, 3 months. I started really believing I was ugly. I started really believing I was fat. Like, I started wanting to change myself. Like, I went through a lot. And the people who talked to me, shout out to Miss White. Even Amber was there, Miss Linda, um, Retta, Dawn. Like, those are the people that was picking me up every day. So yeah.
And that's why, oh, my
And
little
you too,
pudgy.
Patty. Like, especially you. So that's bullying shit, and the shit that came from this saga, y'all. Imagine, like, Robert and Brianna going through that for 18 months. I went through it for 3 months. That's horrible. Some days I ain't even want to wake up. I'm like, oh my God. My boyfriend, like, pick why I love you the way you are. Like, stop, Ashley, change. My stepdad, he died unexpectedly a little bit, but I just remember crying to him, and he's telling me, whatever you got to do, you want to get an attorney, let's hire an attorney. And I'm like, but I'm hurting. These people were like, and I'm telling them what I did wrong, but I don't think I deserved it like this. So speaking of my family, my kids trying to, like, well, mama, we told you to get off the internet and stay off the internet. Like, it is rough, y'all. Bullying and this saga, this is real. Y'all need to really, when y'all get ready to pick y'all fingers up to type on somebody, y'all really need to consider. The hurtful stuff y'all say, even to Toya. Like, we used to laugh at Toya when she used to get on there with all that crying, and we used to say, Toya just want attention. Toya ain't nothing wrong with Toya. But Bree Hive, like, people who didn't get their identity really didn't get revealed, and you really wasn't on the front end, you don't know what it's like. Yeah, yeah, in the end, like, yeah, I don't think it was cool, like, for nobody to go, her get her ex-husband involved to bash her. I'm pretty sure that was hurtful. She thought it was me. I wouldn't do no fuck shit like that to nobody. Go dig up they ex-husband to come bash them. I just didn't give a damn no more. I didn't want to go, that's hurtful. I'm pretty sure she felt some type of way too. Everybody got hit in this. It's not cool. It's not good. Like, y'all pick y'all phones up to bully somebody. Y'all don't know what that's like. And my big bully ass that was on the real tea and making funny stuff, not considering how it might just hurt Kevin's feelings. It might just hurt Robert's feelings. It might hurt Amber's feelings and all the people that we was make shit hurts. And yes, people do laugh to keep from crying, because we go over there laughing, not thinking that one day it would the tables would turn, and they will turn. So for the people who got away scratch free, be lucky, because for those of us that really caught the bad end of this, being caught up in this, it is very freaking hurtful, and it does not feel good. So y'all need to be mindful of what y'all do when y'all pick these phones up and leave a bad comment or tell somebody down, because when that video that y'all was laughing at me about, when it Miss Denise released that video of me crying, I was sitting in a cold car in a garage really crying my heart out to her. I really felt like I wouldn't make it through a bullying and people wanting to see me go down and go to jail. I'm telling my boyfriend, I don't want to survive this. My kids gonna look at me. How can I get up and face people? I was in a bad place, and Chatty could tell you, Miss Linda, where she's listening right now. I don't think that nobody knows this, but I'm gonna say it. One day I picked the phone up and I called Miss Linda and I was crying. I said, Miss Linda, I can't take this. If Miss Linda in the comments, she'll tell y'all. I said, Miss Linda, I don't know how I can move forward with this.
It's
It's just
telling
hurtful,
you.
y'all. Like, it's better to come at peace and leave these people business alone and move forward. And I said I wasn't gonna cry, but when you do wrong, it's gonna come back, y'all. It don't matter if it's just one hurtful thing, that shit gonna come back. Trust and believe. It's not cool. And don't nobody deserve to be bashed no more. Not Brianna, not Robert, not the family, not nobody. Y'all just let it go. Like, let the people go on with peace. It's better to forgive and move on. No, you might know, I can't be cool with this person. I can't talk to them every day, but be okay with forgiving and letting go, because shit does hurt. So that's all I really, wanted to speak on that, and not play victim no more and act like I didn't hold a big part in this, or act like I didn't do anything wrong to Brianna. Everybody getting apologies and everybody speaking up for what they did, and not come and be transparent with you guys and tell y'all, yes, I did betray her. And betray her meaning I spoke on her business. And even after, you know, no, I did not share personal text messages, but enough was enough. I did enough. And when you're friends with somebody, you just got to be a friend. We got to stand up and stand for something as grown women and men. So,
We do. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, everybody to the bushwalkers that fell out. Thank you for falling out the bushes. I done had to put band-aids on my knees from being in y'all bushes so long. So that's not where we at. Hey, Amber, how you doing, love? Hey, everybody. Um, and I'm glad you got that out, Ashley, because that was one part. When someone confides in me, I'm not gonna tell. You know that. So, on the back end, having these conversations with you and listening to your screams, no one really truly understood. Now, granted, you would put your little helmet on and you would pop the hell off if needed be, but no one saw that other side with that hurt that came with it. And there was the misconception that you're just this heartless person, but no one really. Yes, Miss Lisa, I was about to open it up in just a minute and drop the link for everybody. No one truly knew, your feelings. And that's, like I said, when I got to see, like, no, this is someone that actually really does care, because when those emotion comes, it's not this isn't someone that doesn't care or wanted to be malicious, because malicious people have no heart. They're not going to be crying. And there were times when I wish I could have got to you. You had me looking up flights, child. Because it was that dark. And I think that's what a lot of people need to understand, and what they didn't understand about that with this story and with this situation. And I don't know about you guys, but hearing a woman scream in pain is child, y'all know me, y'all know I'm the sensitive one, so you're not gonna get me, Ashley, not today. But but hearing that, y'all, was very hurtful, and no one truly knew just, I don't want to say the damage that our initial interview or conversation caused, but it was a lot. And like I said, it was a lot for me too. I didn't know that people wanted me to be unalived, and saying I'm coming to get you and all sorts of
Wow.
things. And it was just, it was a lot. It was a lot. It really was. So um I wanted to be able to show that you weren't just this heartless woman that was out here on this tricycle trying intentionally to hurt people, because that never was the case. And you ultimately did end up getting hurt in this situation as well. And I think that was overlooked a lot of the times. So
Right. And again, Chatty, I do appreciate you because even with before, friendships ended, you was trying your best to um you could have just told me, girl, if you don't get out of my inbox and get back over there with your B self. But you did try when you didn't have to. And I definitely appreciate you for real because you overlooked a lot and tried, you know, to see how you could have made peace with this situation months ago as it relates to the drama and the saga.
that
And
we
I
was
hate that you, out of all people, got that type of backlash because you were definitely, trying to help heal, if nothing more, still standing true on who you support. And yeah, you definitely did not deserve any backlash or any threats. So I am so sorry that you went through that because you did not deserve that at all.
It's all right, man. But sometimes we go through these things to make it better. And yeah, about to drop the link for anyone if we got some clarity or some questions, or if we want to add some things. Hold on, y'all.
Thank you so much, Jazzy Red. I haven't been reading the comments as reading the chat as much, you guys, but thank you all for the positive words.
It's all right, Niecy Pooh. You're cool too, Andrea. I don't think I've ever seen you. Hey,
Yeah,
Niecy
I'm
from the
listening
ground.
to
Hey, y'all. Sorry, I wasn't really in the chat as much. Oh, look at that, Jazzy. That was amazing.
Thank
So we
you,
putting
Treasure.
the tricycle. You hanging it up, the tricycle up.
Yeah, I was trying to sell it last night in Amore's Live. I had a few offers. They were trying to buy my bike for $5. They was being cheap last night.
Hey,
Good.
Auntie Lisa. Hey, Miss White.
Oh
Hey,
my
Miss White. Hey,
goodness.
Miss
I, I
Lisa.
I don't know. I don't put the tissue down. I don't dry my face. Yeah, I was in the middle of doing my skincare routine. Anyway, let me get up here. Let me say this to you, Ashley G. You are a star. I'm gonna say that to you. That's coming from Miss Lisa. That's how I feel about you. You are courageous. That you came up here and you told your story. You know. Um, I don't even want to get emotional because you're a sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it takes strength. to tell your story. You know, you did that.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, you deserve some flowers too. You deserve that. And just take this for me. If you don't take it from anybody else, protect your energy, your space, and your peace. And another thing, don't ever, never ever get involved with any drama like this ever. Because as you said, it played on your mental. You feel me?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a life lesson. And I know you learned, and I ain't got to preach that to you. But you're an amazing African Nubian queen. And you keep that crown on your head. Don't never let it fall off again. Understand? Now
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
talking like your mama would talk to you. I'm done.
I
So let,
appreciate that. Thank you so much, Miss Lisa.
yes, you're amazing.
Thank
And
you so
tell
much.
yourself that, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Kathy, you know how I feel about you. It's not really much. But you're a queen too. And your
Love
crown
you, Auntie.
always stood on top of your head and hasn't crumbled. I mean, even though you have got people together in the midst, but that's honorable. And you deserve all the flowers too, forever and forever. And I love you guys. I love all the y'all. Y'all my babies, because I'm much older than a lot of y'all. You know what I mean? But I love y'all dearly. Y'all are amazing. Push forward. Don't let nobody stop your joy. Because you know what's running and rampantly running this earth. And that's why I always preach protect your peace and your energy. I'm done.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much,
Auntie.
Miss Lisa.
Miss White, you up here?
I am. Thank you for allowing me up, chatting.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Ashley. First,
Yes,
chatting, I just want to say to you that my heart goes out to you. I heard your pain. I wanted to reach out to you, but at the same time, I felt like I said she's a strong woman, and I didn't know what your support team was on the back end, but I see that it played itself out well. But again, no one deserves that. No one deserves that. And I really came up, guys, to attest to what Ashley is saying. She's one of the purest people that I have spoken to in this whole ordeal. I'm not going to call it the saga anymore. I'm going to call it the ordeal. Um, I said to Ashley, and I'm sure you remember Ashley, we were all on a call, and everybody wanted to know why Ashley wasn't giving up all the goods. Everybody wanted to know. And it was clear to me why she was not. And I said to everybody, if they're in the chat, they remember. I said, guys, she was a good friend. She was a really good friend. She's hurt, but she's going to give just enough to get people off of her, but not enough to damage Brianna in a way that she can't come back from.
Right.
And that's what real friends do. And even in all of these other quote unquote friendships that have been broken up, I gave the same advice to everybody. Be careful what you say if your friend knows where all the bodies are buried at. You
That's
have to be careful with that because they will come and they'll show the authorities where they need to be given. I told Ashley, my exact words was, Ashley, I don't know why, but I believe in you. And I will continue to believe in you until you give me a reason not to. Is that not what I said, Ash, and how I said it?
that's exactly what you said.
And so far, she has not disappointed.
right.
She has not disappointed. Um, I don't let them skate out easy just to tell me anything, and I take their side. I say some rough stuff to them sometimes. They don't always like it,
Yeah.
but I'm a realist before I'm anything.
Right.
I made an apology, well, not an apology, but I made a statement the other day, and I said to all of those who had my number that I was going to reach out and tell them don't use my number anymore. Because the one thing that I was big on was my name not being distorted in a different light of what it was. But I also knew before I engaged what happens there. So I have to take my own accountability for that because I knew what the possibilities were. I knew that. So I have to hold my own in that. And I spoke to my husband and I said, I don't want to talk to nobody no more. I don't want to do that. And he had to remind me of not only who I am, but what my purpose is. So that's where my comment came from when I said, listen, all back end things are not bad. There was a lot of good that came out the back end. I'm going to change the name to the back phone. Y'all can call it the back end, but to me, I just don't want to be, I don't like the negativity that has been given to the back end.
What you said? Back what?
The back phone,
Oh.
like the back phone. Um, I
Oh.
just, I don't want to, but it was love there, guys. It was a place of peace.
Yeah.
It was where understanding was made at. It
Mhm.
was, it just wasn't an all bad thing. But Ashley is beautiful. She's
Yeah.
beautiful. She
Funny.
loves her children. She love her boyfriend. And I ain't gonna put his name out there
Yeah,
if
we
she
know
didn't.
that already. Don't
But
let
she loved that man. And she listens to what he has to say. He's given her some very, very, very sound advice.
Mhm.
And she takes heed to what he says. And I love when a lady lets a man lead them,
That's
not
right.
when a girl lets a boy lead them, but when a lady lets a man lead them. And he's even got on her about how she moved because he warned her.
Yeah, checked her.
He
Check.
warned her, and she made her own decisions, and she had to live with him. But I say, listen, good people do bad things, and bad people do good things. Everybody that's bad don't do all bad. And everybody that's good don't do all good. I saw Toya made a post earlier on her wall, and she talked about how the Cain and Abel story, and God still didn't kill him,
Mhm.
and that's the truth. So
Yeah.
we just have to be mindful. Um, I've said in this ordeal plenty of times that these type of things happen
Yeah.
every day, on levels worse than this. And the difference was it was displayed on the internet for the world to see. And if you go back into your repertoire, you can find somebody just in your family or close circle that has had some kind of ordeal as such, as the same. But it's just a worse look when it's out in the open for the world to see.
See.
And
Yes.
we all have to find a place of forgiveness in our heart,
Mhm.
in our soul. Even on yesterday, with the back end conversations, they weren't sure if it could be trusted or anything. And I said, at the end of the day, I gave my view, but it was their decision to make. And they made their decision. And I'm proud of each and every one of them. I really am. I feel like my hard work didn't go in vain. It wasn't about me. It never was about me. But I found that I saw a place where I was needed,
Mhm.
and I was willing to let them utilize me in that way. And I love each and every one of these ladies. Like I have a genuine love for them.
Yeah, me
And you
too.
don't have to know people. You don't have to meet people face to face to
Mhm.
build and establish a relationship. I worked for OnStar some years ago, and I saved the lives of people that I never laid an eye on.
Yeah.
So you don't have to know or meet people to help people.
Right.
It's
You
not for everybody. And if it's not for you, then it's not for you.
it's no, when I look at things, it's no different from what we see on TV every day of our lives. Divorces, and like even where I'm from, New York, where the young lady twin sisters were attacked by some man just because they didn't speak. And I feel people, and check this out. He was arrested, but the thing is he had a pattern of doing that to women. So that tells you right there, Something's mentally wrong. That's why I said this earth, these people are roaming the streets, and we have to protect our energy and space. And my heart broke just for that story alone, and many more that are not told. But this is the year of exposure, and we have seen it on this saga. Everybody's boom, boom. God is not playing. He's smacking, kicking, stomping. Get it out of here. And he's making a better circle of forgiveness because he gave us that.
Yes, one second, Miss
That's
Lisa. I
it.
want to acknowledge Pac. Thank you so much for that because I know you know, baby, I love you down. So thank you.
Okay.
I don't do things sometimes to say it publicly, but thank you for that. To everyone coming in, bushwashers, come introduce yourselves. Let's get to know one another. Just saying. Also, make sure you are hitting that like button because I'll give another confession that I don't talk about. I don't care if a creator doesn't patronize my channel or support me. When I have time, I'll go and look at their videos and just hit the like button. And I do that because as minorities, we need to understand it's very hard for us to get in these algorithms and get large platforms. And the only way that we can do that is if we support one another and boost one another. So just hit a like, even if it's just a random video, you're doing that creator. Some service because they did put time into whatever video they created and just send a like and hopefully can boost them in the algorithm so they can go viral and have these bigger platforms like the other parties do because it's harder for us, y'all. So it takes nothing to do it. It literally takes nothing to just hit a button. So I wanted to put that out there. And I wanted to welcome Retta because she came up on the panel as well and has been so silent. And yeah, that's all I needed to add, y'all.
Yes. Agreed. Mhm.
Hey, I'm not gonna be up here long. I just wanted to, to come up here and back Ashley up a little bit. You know, she definitely. I just wanted to verify that she definitely reached out to me because to reach out to Bree because she just wanted to basically clear the air. She wanted to know, she wanted her to know that she was wrong for her actions and she was truly sorry. So, that's it. That's all. She wasn't trying to be the young lady's friend. Like, everybody was claiming she's not obsessed. She really felt bad. And so that was one of the reasons, for me reaching out for the family as well. But I don't want to, harp on it too long. But Ashley, you definitely a real one. Um, we all make mistakes, and you apologize for, you took accountability, and that's it. That's all. She could either accept it or reject it. Whichever one she do, that's on her. But I love you, girl.
I
I
love
got
you
your
too,
back.
Retta. Thank you so much for everything, Retta. I do appreciate you for real.
No problem. Of course, of course. But I'm gonna get down. Much love to everybody on the panel. Um,
Yes.
I
Love you,
got to
Retta.
I got to
Love
go
you,
get.
Miss Boo.
Yeah.
Love you, Retta. Love you.
Love y'all too, y'all. Y'all be good.
All right,
Y'all
Retta.
You
I'll
too,
call
Retta.
you when I get down.
All right, baby.
Okay, bye.
I'm gonna get down too, Chatty. I just wanted to say hats off to you, lady.
Thank
You
you, Miss White.
absolutely rock. You
thank
rock. Chatty, you are the one.
you.
You are the one. And my hat goes off to you. Ashley, you know when I chin up, chest out, baby. You done made it to the finish line now.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
You
Thank you
made
so
it.
much.
You
Yes,
made it.
ma'am.
But
I
you
made
thought
it.
you
I didn't
won't,
think I
baby.
would. I didn't think I would. I'm not lying. It
You
was
made it. You made it.
I did. I
In
did. So
spirit and
again,
in truth,
Thank
baby. You made it.
yes,
You made it.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Especially from the help of you all, because
It's
it's been
okay,
days
baby.
where
It's
I was,
okay.
it was
No
days.
matter
I was
how
like,
you
hey,
made it, who helped you make it, how you
I
made it.
made it. You're right, and thank you
You
so
made it.
much.
You're
Yep.
welcome. Thank you, Chatty, again.
Thank you, Miss
you,
White.
Miss White.
Bye bye, Lisa. Everybody.
Bye
Love it.
bye.
I love it. All right,
I
y'all. We
know
did
y'all
it.
not crying in here because I hear tears. I hear sniffling. I'm hearing the voices done crumbled a little bit. Y'all can cry. I hear you. Auntie hear you. I can hear you. That's all right. That's
Hey,
good.
Anointed.
That's
Hey,
good.
everybody.
Yeah.
Cheese don't do me, and for y'all that been laughing. So look here, I did a live that was longer than 5 minutes today. All right, so
Yes,
that's
you
what we
did.
not gonna do.
Yeah.
Ashley, did you want to close out? Did you want to end anything with the saga, your story, or how'd you want to close out, Mama? We are gonna wrap this up.
Yes, ma'am. I just hope that everybody can really not just say that they moving on with peace, but really just move on with peace, and let's learn to just respect each other, and if we don't fool with each other, we don't have to say anything. Just be blind to it. If you don't like somebody, keep it moving and just stay positive and choose yourselves first before anything.
That's right.
Put that energy into your own self and the people that matters, and just be kind and learn from your mistakes, because we all make mistakes, and no matter how long, it's
Mhm.
whenever you decide that, hey, I want to make a change, it's never too late for change. You just got to stand on business and be true to what you say.
And I just want to just end with God bless all of y'all. Everybody in the chat, take your hats off. And y'all deserve flowers too, because y'all supported through all of this. Y'all amazing. And I love y'all. And I'm gonna go on down before I start crying.
Love you too, Auntie.
Love you
Um,
too.
All right, I'm
to the
done. Have a good day. All
yeah,
right. Love
Pac,
y'all.
you're right. You're
Yeah.
welcome, Auntie. A lot of life lessons were learned, Pac.
Yes,
Um,
I agree,
to,
Lupac, for sure.
Yes, for sure, for sure, for sure. And to me, in closing with the saga and closing with everything, and with Ashley and the story and the interview and just everything that we've all endured, I will say it's oftentimes it's not what's said, but it's what's done, and that also comes with moving forward. So all of us can sit here and say we apologize or say we forgive you, but it's our actions that's really going to count in the days, months, years to follow. So I would say may our actions match our words, and hopefully we can see, this start to turn around. I will say to Toya, I don't know if she's still in here. Um, I didn't cover enough with Toya's story as much as I think I should have, but I don't like, and I need to publicly say this, and Toya deserves this. A lot of things that have been said about her children are awful. I don't like it, and it's awful, and I can't stress enough how much I don't like it. I made a post on my community wall last week, and I often don't like to say names, especially if it includes minors. So I think I want you guys to read between the lines on this, but I would say any young child that experienced something traumatic, if you see something online about you, I want you to know how amazing you truly are. I want you to know that you're probably more mature than some adults. I want you to know that you're not slow, and you're going to go to an amazing HBCU, and you're going to do amazing things. I want you to know how beautiful you truly are. I want you to know how beautiful your skin is. And I want you to know that you are amazing. And that's just what I have to say about that. So to Toya and her children, I really wish them the best of luck as well, because a lot of things were said about them that didn't sit well with me, especially one that could have experienced something traumatic. And to that young lady, I'll just continue to pour into her and to remind her how amazing she truly is. And any motherfucker, sorry y'all know I get to when something bothers me, y'all, any motherfucker that can speak of a child that went through something traumatic, something the fuck is wrong with you. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. So outside of that, glad to see Latruth is co-parenting. We saw yesterday that Kevin was ready to make amends with a party, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. And that wasn't received well, but it goes to show um who Kevin is, and to his character and his family and his children, and his wives and his infant were dragged a lot in this well as well. So that family deserves some healing. They deserve a break. And the children and families just need to stop being talked about in such a light. I think it's time for that. I think they deserve that. And I think their children deserve that. Because again, any motherfucker that wants to sit around and speak ill of a child or any child that's been through something traumatic or maybe undergoing something, you're an asshole. And that's just all I have to say about that. Yeah, I really think Toya got it really really hard with people coming to her house for her children. And I didn't speak up for her enough. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm speaking for me. And to that, I just want to give her flowers, and to see where I don't think her growth is acknowledged enough, because Toya was once the one that would go off. And if you've noticed in recent months, Toya has really, really made a tremendous change with handling things. And to see her smile now, despite of all that she's endured, I think that's a amazing moment, and it really, really shows growth, because she could have gone off a lot of times. So she deserves her flowers, and hope she adjusts her crown and realize that she went through a storm. And it's amazing to see how she's coming through this as well. So yeah, prayers up for that.
And Kathy, I don't think that people knew, but in the midst of all the drama, like I will say, I don't want to leave this out. Um, when we did reach out to Kevin, and he actually did put his differences to the side for that moment to try and see if he could have helped with, bringing peace or somehow a healthy co-parent. So, we can't, leave that out. So for those of you who don't know, briefly on the back end, Kevin did try when he could have ran us, all the things that I know that the funny stuff that I thought I was making on this man and his family and stuff when I was running the realty page. He could have definitely um ran us up out his face, but I it was understood that I wanted, you know, at the time that was my friend. I wanted her to be able to come to some type of common ground, and the start of a healthy co-parent. And we asked for his assistance, and he did try. So I definitely, hats off to Kevin. He did try. At the time it didn't work, but he did try. And I left this out as well because I had to put y'all on mute. I do want to thank Amora for apologizing to me. That was really big of her last night, and like I said, I I accept everyone's apology, and I forgive everybody, and I'm definitely moving on from this saga.
Absolutely. Thank you, Retta, for the super sticker, Miss Lisa. Anyone I missed, and yeah, Kevin really, really did try, and that was just, private conversations. We didn't, want to put certain things out there, but have to give, flowers there as well, because he could have shooed us away, child. He really could have, but he tried, and we tried. So there we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go, child.
You did it. You did it. You
Did
did
it.
it.
The tricycle and the helmet is gone, child.
It's retired,
It's
y'all. It is
gone.
retired. So, we started it here with that interview that took off, and it's only right to bring it back full circle and have this conversation. So I thank everybody for receiving this message. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the support. And Ashley, thank you for even thinking, that I was someone that you can reach out to, with shit, but like September, and have these conversations and confide in. So
Yes,
thank you
ma'am.
for that as well. So I wish you're welcome, Ms. Wheeler. So I'm glad we had this conversation, y'all. I really
Yes,
am.
ma'am.
I am. That's it. That's all. I don't stay on too long. I promise you
Would,
I don't.
would you tell me, Chatty, get off my land, child.
Get
Get
off
off
my
my
land.
land. Y'all,
Get off my land.
Chatty be running me off her land, y'all. Get off my land.
Get off my land.
Get
Whatever
off
she
my
was
land.
called.
I'm about to
Whatever she
get
was
off
called her
Chatty's
mess.
land, child. I gotta get off her land, child. I be beating on her door. Open the door, please. Help. What you say? Help.
He covered it with your shit. Help me. I need help. Child,
Woo,
coming with your
Ashley.
little mess, child.
Yes,
So no
ma'am.
more mess. No more
No
mess.
more mess. No more mess. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna hop off of here, and I hope everybody have a good day and try to stay positive, and we all hopefully moving on to a better direction. So,
Absolutely. And I'm hopping out, about to go do some shopping, y'all. So y'all be good today. Y'all be kind to one another. And hey, we all make mistakes. No one's perfect at the end of the day. And may our actions match our words moving forward. So I'll see y'all later. Thank you, Miss Eden. And I'll catch y'all in these streets.
Yes, ma'am. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.